get low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Brian Giles with Brian Giles MTG. And we're back with more Final Fantasy spoilers. This set is huge. It's probably around the 280 mark with, 64 cards on the bonus sheet. So starting our list off today, we have the Relentless XATM 092. It's 6 generic for a 6/5 artifact creature robot spider. This creature can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. And you can pay 8 generic to return it from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Now, this is one of the boss creatures in the Final Fantasy VII game. So I'm not surprised to see it here. But it might be, if you're playing your spider deck, this might be a nice include because it can't be blocked by 3 or more creatures. And if you got Shelob as your commander, it's got, Death Touch and Ward 2 already on it, and it can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. So if they actually do choose to block this thing, you're taking out a bunch of creatures with Shelob on the battlefield. So hoo-ha. Next up, we have another Saga creature in GF Cerebus. Summon GF Cerebus is 2 red and 2 for a 3/3 enchantment creature Saga Dog. Chapter 1, Surveil 1. Chapter 2, double. Whenever you can next cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy it, choose new targets for the copy. Chapter 3 is triple. When you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy it twice. You may choose new targets for the copy. Well, that's interesting. I'm going to probably say this is going to pop up in the VV deck. So look out for this card. Next up is another crazy card in the Wandering Minstrel. A green and a blue for a 1/3 legendary human bard. Lands you control enter untapped. Yikes. And has the Minstrel's Ballad. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 5 or more towns, create a 2/2 elemental creature token that's all colors. And you pay Wooburg with white, blue, black, red, green, and 3 other creatures you control get +X/+X, where X is the number of towns you control. Man, this dude in an Omnath deck, especially 5-color Omnath, even 4-color Omnath. Yikes! And especially if you're including a lot of the towns that are included in this set, you're gonna have some fun. Hoo-ha! Next up, we have Magic Pot. 3 generic for artifact creature Goblin Constructs. It's a 1/4. When this creature dies, create a treasure token. Or pay 2 and tap and exile target card from a graveyard. Okay, so yeah, some graveyard hate. And if it dies, you get a treasure token. I'm not unhappy with that. Next up, we have Fat Chocobo, which is a flavor win for the set because Fat Chocobo, it was a thing in the Final Fantasy VII game. So, a green and 4 for a 4/4 enchantment creature Saga Bird. Again, more green bird love. It has Chapter 1, Wark. Create a 2/2 green bird creature token whenever a land you control enters. This token gets +1/+0 till end of turn. And chapters 2, 3, and 4, creatures you control gain trample till end of turn. This is definitely going to be something that you're going to find in the Choco Bird deck. Hoo-ha. Next up, we have another summon card in Choco and Moog. A 1/2 for a 3/3 Saga Bird Moogle. It has Stampede for chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. Other creatures you control get +1/+0 till end of turn. So, another thing that you might sideboard into your Choco Bird deck. Hoo-ha. And yet another summon in Summon Brynhildr. A red and 1 for a 2/1 enchantment creature Saga Knight. Chapter 1 is Chain. Exile top card of your library. During any turn you put a lore counter on this saga, you play that card. And chapters 2 and 3 is Gestalt mode. When you next cast a creature spell this turn, gains haste till end of turn. Solid. You get an extra card that you can play, and if it's a creature on chapters 2 and 3, it gets haste, so not bad. We have Side Quest Card Collection. This has to be a meme card. Something they threw in there because it was kind of a side quest in the game, and now so blue and 3 for an enchantment that reads: this enchantment enters, draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards. At the beginning of your end step, if 8 or more cards are in your graveyard, transform this enchantment. It transforms into Magic Card. A 4/4 vehicle with flying and crew 1. Yeah, this is definitely a meme card. They put this in here just because it's a magic thing. We get you, WotC. We see what you're doing. Next up is another crazy equipment in Excalibur 2. A single generic mana for a legendary artifact equipment. Whenever you gain life, put a charge counter on Excalibur 2. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each charge counter on Excalibur 2 and equip for 3. The equip cost, it's a little higher than most, but it's a 1-drop artifact, and if you're playing in a life gain deck, this thing will wreck shop. Hoo-haw. Next up, we have another crazy equipment in Genji Glove. 5 generic for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature has double strike. Ouch! And whenever a equipped creature attacks, if it's the first combat phase of the turn, untap it. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. Equip for 3. That is solid. That's a solid card to include, especially if you're doing extra combat phases in a game. You know, creatures that have trample. You know, it just does work. Hoo-ha. Then we have Venat and Hydaelyn. Venat is 2 white and 1 for a legendary Elder Wizard. If you cast a legendary spell, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Pay 7 and tap this creature to exile target non-land permanent and transform this creature, activate only as a sorcery. So Hydaelyn Mother Crystal is a 4/4. So Venat is a 3/3. Hydaelyn is a 4/4 legendary god with indestructible. Blessing of Light. At the beginning of combat in your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on other target creature you control. It gains indestructible. That creature is legendary. Draw a card. Yo. That's nasty. You've got an indestructible creature that can give +1/+1 counters on every combat of each of your combats, and indestructible to one creature. And if it's legendary, you draw a card. Not gonna lie, that's pretty decent. You just have to have the 7 generic to flip Venat into Hydaelyn. So that's pretty powerful. Next up, we have Tifa's Limit Break. Now, there's been some people who have questioned, you know, where's the limit breaks? Where's the limit breaks? And you know, especially for the Final Fantasy VII. And, well, here they are. So, green mana for an instant that's tiered. You've got Somersault, which is 0 extra mana. Target creature gets +2/+2 till end of turn. Meteor Strikes, which is 2 extra mana. Double target creature's power and toughness till end of turn. Final Heaven is a beefy green and 6 extra. Triple target creature's power till end of turn. Youch. That's gonna hurt. We have Vincent's Limit Break, so a black and 1 base for instant with tiered until end of turn. Target creature you control gains when this creature dies. Returns to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control, but it has the chosen power and toughness. 0 is the Galleon Beast at 3/2 power and toughness. 1 extra mana. It's Death Gigas, which is a 5/2 generic. 5/2 base power and toughness. Or Hellmasker for 3 generic extra. You get a 7/2 base power and toughness. So, hoo-ha. That's interesting. Then we have X-Death, Void Warlock, and Neo X-Death, Dimensions End. So X-Death, Void Warlock is a black, and green, and 1 for a legendary Spirit Warlock that's a 3/3. When he enters, you gain 3 life. Okay, that's pretty good. Beginning of your end step, if there are 6 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, transform X-Death. Hey, in green and black, self-mill? That should happen pretty quickly. He flips over into Neo X Death Dimension's End, which is a Star 3 legendary spirit avatar with trample. Neo X Death's power is equal to the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. Hoo-haw. Yeah, this is a nice buddy for your self-mill deck. Hoo-haw. Next up, we have Seymour Guado. A reskin of Kennen Bonder Prodigy. A green and a blue for a 2/2 legendary human druid. If you tap a non-land permanent for mana, add 1 mana of any type that permanent produced. And for a green and blue and 5, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a non-human creature from among them onto the battlefield. The rest of the bottom of your library in a random order. So this guy is, seen some real heavy use. I think he's been unbanned from Commander, but he does. He had some. There were some really powerful decks built around him. So hoo-haw. Except we have Idia Kramer, which is a reskin of Teferi Mage of Zhalfir. 3 blue and 2 for a legendary human wizard with flash. Creatures you control that are on the battlefield have flash. Each opponent can cast spells only anytime they could cast a sorcery. And she's a 3/4. So hoo-haw. And we have Garnet Till Alexandros the 17th, a reskin of Lauren of the Third Path. A white and 2 for a 2/1 legendary human artificer with vigilance. Garnet Till Alexandros 17th enters, disrupts 1 target artifact or enchantment. Tap it, you and target opponent each draw a card. So some card draw and stuff. Some artifact and enchantment destruction. Not a bad card. Hoo-haw. Well, we're almost at 18 minutes, and we're going to say hoo-haw. We'll see you on the next video.